Welcome to the Compact Mysteries podcast from compactmysteries.com, formerly known as 5-Minute Mysteries, the show where we try to unravel a different bite-sized mystery each week, from baffling disappearances and strange objects to unexplained events and mysterious places. This is episode 35, The Mystery of the Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Ness Monster. Just the name alone conjures images of dark water, ripples on the surface, and something ancient moving just out of sight. For nearly 100 years, people from around the world have looked into the murky depths of Loch Ness and wondered if a monster lives beneath the waves. Affectionately known as Nessie, this creature is one of the world's most famous cryptids, a term used to describe animals whose existence is unproven, such as Bigfoot or the Yeti. Whether you believe or not, the story of the Loch Ness Monster is irresistible. But how did it start? And why has it lasted so long? Tales of strange creatures in Scottish waters go back centuries. In fact, the earliest known mention of a water beast near Loch Ness dates back to the 6th century. According to a biography of St. Columba, the saint came across a group of people burying a man by the River Ness. They told him the man had been attacked by a water beast. Columba, being a saint and not easily rattled, ordered one of his followers to swim across the river. When the beast appeared, Columba made the sign of the cross and commanded it to leave the man alone. And it did. Now this story is more legend than history, but it set the tone. For hundreds of years, stories about strange creatures in Scotland's lochs came and went. But it wasn't until the 20th century that the Loch Ness Monster became a global obsession. In 1933, a new road was constructed along the northern shore of Loch Ness, providing drivers with a clear view of the water. That same year, a couple reported seeing something large and strange moving through the loch. A local newspaper picked up the story and referred to the creature as a monster. The name stuck, and so did the fascination. Then a photograph changed everything. In 1934, a London doctor named Robert Kenneth Wilson claimed he had taken a picture of the creature. The black and white image showed what looked like a long neck and a small head poking out of the water. It resembled a plesiosaur, a long extinct marine reptile with a snake-like neck and flippers. The photo was printed in newspapers around the world and instantly became an iconic image. For decades, it was considered the best evidence that something extraordinary was living in Loch Ness. Unfortunately, the story behind the photo wasn't as solid as the legend it helped create. In 1994, 60 years later, the truth came out. The photo was a hoax, made using a toy submarine and a fake neck and head. Still, that didn't stop the photo from shaping the public's image of Nessie, or from fueling a tourism boom around the loch. By the 1950s and 60s, Loch Ness had become a hotbed of monster hunting. Tourists, amateur investigators, and scientists, armed with binoculars and cameras, lined the shores. In 1962, the Loch Ness Phenomena Investigation Bureau was formed. This group of volunteers spent weeks at a time scanning the loch for signs of the creature. Some said they saw large shapes in the water. Others captured strange sonar readings, but no one found conclusive proof. In 1972, an underwater photograph taken by a team from the Academy of Applied Science showed a blurry image of what some believed was a flipper. Once again, it was hailed as proof, and once again it was dismissed by critics as either a log, a shadow, or wishful thinking. The problem is Loch Ness itself. It's long, narrow, and deep, with murky waters that make it hard to see anything below the surface. It's also full of floating debris, fish, waves, and wildlife that can be mistaken for something monstrous. Still, people kept looking, and tourists kept coming. The mystery of the Loch Ness Monster has become an integral part of Scotland's identity. Hotels, restaurants, and gift shops in the region embraced Nessie with open arms. She appeared on mugs, t-shirts, road signs, and postcards. The local economy thrived on the story, and in many ways it still does. But what about science? Surely someone has tried to get to the bottom of this. Absolutely. Over the years, scientists have used sonar, underwater cameras, and drones to search the loch. In 2018, a team of researchers from New Zealand conducted one of the most comprehensive investigations to date. They collected and analysed environmental DNA genetic material left behind in the water by plants, animals, and other organisms. What they found was fascinating. The loch contained a wealth of DNA from fish, birds, and other known organisms, but they found no evidence of large unknown animals, no plesiosaurs, no giant sturgeon, no sea monsters. They did, however, find a large amount of eel DNA. This discovery led to a new theory. Maybe Nessie is, or was, an unusually large eel. It wouldn't explain every sighting, but it does offer a plausible, non-magical explanation for some of the shapes people have seen. And yet, despite the hoaxes, the failed searches, and the scientific studies, the Loch Ness monster continues to capture the imagination. Why? Because Nessie is more than just a creature in a lake. She's a symbol of mystery, of hope, of the idea that maybe, just maybe, the world isn't finished revealing its secrets. In an age where we can view satellite images of nearly every corner of the Earth and watch live feeds from space, Loch Ness offers something increasingly rare. A question we haven't quite answered. It invites people to look out over the water and wonder what might be swimming just beneath the surface. The monster has become a mirror. Some see her as proof that legends can be real. Others see her as a cautionary tale about how easily we believe what we want to believe. And some just enjoy the thrill of the mystery. Whether she's a leftover from the age of dinosaurs, a misidentified log, or a tourist industry's dream mascot, Nessie has earned her place in the pantheon of great mysteries. So the next time you find yourself in the Scottish Highlands, standing beside the cold, dark waters of Loch Ness, take a long look. Not because you expect to see a monster, but because it feels good to wonder. Because sometimes the mystery is more powerful than the answer. I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Compact Mysteries podcast from compactmysteries.com. If you did, why not leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts? And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. If you would like to support us more directly, please consider buying us a coffee. Head on over to compacthistories.com/mysteries coffee to see how. Also, please check out our other Compact podcasts. You will find them all at compacthistories.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.